It's bacon time, bitch. So, welcome to my kitchen. Not really mine, it's my family's kitchen. Anyways, that's not what the video is about. It's about this. Duncan Hines dark chocolate fudge brownies. This is not sponsored, but Duncan, hook me up. I'm available. But these brownies are very special to me because I take them anywhere and they all get eaten every time. So if you're having trouble at your bake sale, at your potluck, you know, just whip some of these up and you'll do well every time. I don't know exactly what's special about them. I think it has to do with the dark chocolate, but really they're just the best. They're the best around. So I'll show you how to whip them up, even though all the instructions are on the back. So I hope you enjoy. Maybe you can bake along with me. So first we need to move stuff out of the way. Then we need a big fat mixing bowl. I don't think you need a giant one like this, but you know, you can do whatever. You also need a brownie pan. Anyways, you need those two, and you need eggs, and you need some kind of vegetable oil. I have peanut oil. It works just as well, I think, but usually I use canola oil, and that usually works the best, especially if someone you know has a peanut allergy. Do not use peanut oil. And you need water, but we'll get that later. Oh, you also need to spray the pan. We can do that later as well. So get out your measuring cups and start measuring, you know. Usually I like to do the oil first and then do egg and then water. Just cause like the oil is always just, it always just wants to hang around in the cup. But you want it to go into the brownie mix. But for some reason, the mix, for some reason it comes in like lumps. So I usually like to pour it into a bowl. That's my dog. I like to pour it into the bowl and then kind of whisk it, just to break up the lumps. Rudy, what do you want? I'm making a video, okay? So get out your whisks if you want. This is a completely obligatory step. You don't have to do this, but if you want the best brownies in town, you gotta whisk, okay? Rudy, I'm making a video, okay?
What you gonna do with all that junk inside your trunk?
Yeah, once it's nice and whisked. So once it's nice and whisked, just start measuring. Okay, so oil first. Okay, so get that third cup of oil. Got it. And then you need one egg for, okay, here's where the fun part comes in. You can have fudgy brownies, which is obviously the better choice, or you could have cake-like brownies. So we're making the fudgy brownies, and in order to make the fudgy brownies you need one egg, but the cake-like brownies you use 2 eggs. You can do whatever you want, but you gotta make the right choice, okay? Do what's right for you, and it's always gonna be fudgy brownies. So, we gotta do 1 egg. Since I'm using egg beaters, you need 1/4 cup for 1 large egg. So just shake it.
Shake, 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 a shake there, a shake, 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 shake.
Also make sure the cap is on tight. Definitely make sure that the cap is on tight. You can't really see it, but there's egg all over my face now. So once you ruin your counter, just kind of wet a paper towel and mop that shit up. And once that's done, make sure it's on really tight and then kind of maybe just hold on to the cap while you shake it.
Shake, 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 a shake there.
Okay, so now you get 1/4 cup for 1 egg. And next, you gotta get you need 1/3 of a cup of water. Okay, that's good enough. So you pour that in, put this in the sink, and you can put your eggs and your oil away. Also, a very important step, the first step is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I don't know anything about like elevation. Yeah, high altitude, over 3,500 feet.
Preheat oven to 350 degrees. Stir 2 tablespoons of flour into brownie mix. Mix according to the directions in step 2. Bake at 350 degrees in a 13 by 9 inch pan for 21 to 23 minutes.
So, I don't live at high altitude. Even if I did, I wouldn't know it. So, just live your life according to Duncan Hines brownie mix. So now you mix it up. I like to use like this weird spatula thing, and you just get in there. Really make sure to like get underneath it.
You gotta get underneath it!
Because then sometimes some like dry mix can get stuck at the bottom, and it's kind of nasty when like you bite into your brownie and it's dry. So you really just gotta like scrape the sides down before you really get into it, so that nothing's like stuck on the sides and the bottom especially too. So you're kind of like folding it first and then you're mixing. Even if like you just start mixing, that's cool too. Just remember to get the sides and the bottom, just remember to scrape. So yeah, it usually takes, I know like on the back of the box, it says like mix 70 times or something, but like who actually counts how many times they mix the batter? So usually just kind of mix it until you don't really see many dry spots anymore. Also be careful on whatever you're mixing, whether it's a spoon or like a spatula. Make sure that like there isn't much dry stuff on that as well, because that has happened to me before. So just be wary. Okay, so it looks like it's done now. I'm just gonna spray the pan, but I didn't. So now you can put it's time to pour. So now what I like to do is just kind of move it around. Just kind of smush it side to side.
Side to side.
Just so it gets like all even, because sometimes the corners can end up lower than in the middle. So I'd say it's pretty good. It's time to bake. So I just open that sucker up, put it in. I usually start with 30 minutes, and that's usually good enough. And while it's baking, we can clean up this stuff.
Clean up, everybody everywhere. Clean up, everybody do your share.
And now comes the best part, is when you get to lick the bowl. Now it's like more eye level, so I can talk with you guys. I can level with you. Okay, so some good news is that I put in my notice for my job yesterday, but it's also like maybe not bad news, but kind of sad news, because everyone that works there is really nice. It's just working there is ass. So I'm happy to be leaving, but sad to be leaving them, if that makes sense. Also, if you couldn't tell, I'm sick. I don't know what happened, but like Sunday night, I started to have a sore throat. And then Monday morning, I woke up and it was really bad. So I called into work. I was like, I can't come in. I'm sick. I don't know if like you don't want me there touching the food. There's this newer manager, and she has only been there maybe a little over a month now. And she was the one that picked up, and so I was like, I can't come in. She's like, oh, okay, like, sorry to hear that. But then she told me that apparently if you're sick or if like you can't come into work, you have to call 3 hours ahead. So that was kind of like I'm gonna wake up at 8 a.m. to call in and be like, I can't come to work. I guess that's not asking too much, but like already I had been there all day the day before, and then I had to come in the next morning, and then I had to be there on Tuesday all day. So basically, I called in sick on Monday morning, and then I called in sick for Tuesday on Monday night, which is fine with me, right? Like, I'm trying to get out, but it was also not that great because I'm sick. But it's good to have time off. Yesterday and today were my actual days off. So I did nothing. I actually tried to make this video yesterday, but I didn't know how long my family was going to be gone, so I didn't know how long I had to film this video. So hopefully it was worth it. And hopefully my family's gone for long enough for me to finish this video. As I see, it's already at like over 20 minutes. And then I have to wait 25 minutes to get the brownies out. And I have to wait even more because I have like a special process that I do after the brownies are done. So I started filming pretty much immediately after they left, so hopefully it's good enough. So once you're done licking the bowl, you can really do anything you want for the next 23 minutes. You could dance. You could play video games.
Bacon?
You could read. Personally, I like to just sit and do nothing for 30 minutes because baking is my life. I'm gonna go wash this. I'll be right back. Okay, so when your brownies are done, usually you can just kind of look at them and tell, but sometimes you'll need a toothpick. If it comes out mostly dry, you're good. So mine look like they're done. So the next step is to wait for 20 more minutes while they cool, and then after that, I'll show you something really cool. Okay, so once that one's done, here's my revolutionary trick, is you put it in the freezer. So just be careful because it is a little bit hot. but you just put it in the freezer for usually I do 30 minutes, so yes, if you're gonna follow this step, you do have to wait another 30 minutes. Rudy! He's been bugging me all day, and I just took him out to poop. Even though he's not supposed to poop till after dinner, and I took him to poop, and now he expects a treat, so. Rudy? Go. Rudy! Go. So yeah, you gotta wait another half an hour for your brownies. The reason I do this is because it just makes it easier to cut it up, and I think it brings out the chocolate flavor more, but if you like warm brownies, that's cool too. This just makes it easier to cut them up so that they like stay together. But yeah, just go do whatever you like for another 30 minutes. So once your brownies have been in the freezer for probably like 30 minutes or so, they should be good enough. Maybe if you want them, if you want to, you can put them in there for 40 minutes. But don't leave them in there too long, because what happened to me was I left them in there too long, and then they were harder to cut through than they should have been. So here's a video of me trying to record me cutting brownies, and my mom's talking on the phone, and then I tried to hold the phone with my chin against my chest so I could get an aerial shot of me cutting brownies. Obviously didn't work, and then my mom noticed, and she came over to help me. Here she is. So now we have the right view of cutting brownies, and so there I go. So what I usually do, since I have like a smaller brownie pan, I just kind of cut 2 lines long ways, and then like 5 lines short ways, and that usually makes, let me do the math,
I'm so sorry. I'm helping
15 brownies.
videos.
And that's usually good enough.
And,
We usually
I wasn't
are able
sure
to survive on that, but these ones came out a little wonky.
Anyway,
The column on the left is much fatter than the rest of the columns, and then once you get further to the right,
Sunday or something?
I realized that
Wow.
I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, my mom was really confused about why she was recording this,
Oh, that's good.
but I just said it was just for fun, so it all worked out fine.
Make sure
So then just keep cutting it. The edges, I know, are kind of hard to cut through, so you can see me kind of like really having to push the knife through the crust. But it all works out fine. And then the last step is to eat the brownies. So there I go. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you're really enjoying this low angle. I was embarrassed about filming while my mom was in the room. So at that point, everyone had come home, and it was just weird to be filming myself in the kitchen. Oh, and there I go with my good dental hygiene. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching me bake. Let me know if you want me to bake something else soon. Love you guys. Bye. Okay, so, Bree, can you get out of the shot, please? Can you go? Go. 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 You're still in the shot. Go. Go on. Go lay down. Such a fucking diva.
I'm a diva. I'm a diva.